Hello all, welcome to Selenium Python Training Series. In this session, as part of Selenium WebDriver, I am going to practically demonstrate how to implement waiting mechanism in Selenium. So let's get started. But first of all, we need to know what will happen if you don't implement this waiting mechanism in Selenium. For that, I'll take an example. Okay, I'll demonstrate that example in a practical way for you right now. So let me switch to this PyCharm ID where we have some sample Selenium Python code already written for opening the Chrome browser, for maximizing the browser window. And here we have to open the application URL. So let's say I'll take you to this application, omaya.blogspot.com. I'll copy this URL and paste it here, the get command. So that means it is going to open this application URL. After that, what I want to do is I want to click on this button, that is drop down button. Right click on this button and select inspect option and create a locator for this button so that you can click on it. You see, it has a class attribute. So class locator I can use. Copy this class attribute value and come back here and write down driver dot find element by dot class name. Okay, provide the class locator and simply say dot click. That's it. Okay, I'm going to click on this button. After clicking on this button, I would like to click on that flip card option. Okay, I would like to click on this flip card option. Right click on this flip card option and select inspect. And here is the HTML code. Copy this and simply write down driver dot find element by dot link text. Okay, in order to click on that flip card option inside this drop down menu, right? I have to create a locator for this flip card option and just doing that. Okay, so this is a link text flip card and simply say dot click. Now, after that, after clicking on the Flipkart option, okay, it will take you to the flipkart.com page. Okay, this website it should take you to. I'll just give something like time.sleep of, some 3 seconds. After that, I'll quit the browser. Okay, just for demo purpose, I have added this time.sleep here. Driver.quit. That's it. Now run the script and see whether whatever we thought of happening will happen or not. Okay, it is not going to happen, guys. Okay, it's not going to click on the Flipkart option. You can see that. You see, you got an exception. What is that exception you got? You got no such element exception. You see, if you don't implement this waiting mechanism, you are going to get an exception known as no such element exception. But why in this case? Why in this case we got this no such element exception? Let me explain. Okay, when I'm automating this particular functionality, where I need to just click on this drop down and then after that I need to click on this Flipkart option that comes here. Okay, I just need to click on the Flipkart option. But why we are getting a problem here? Why we are unable to click on this Flipkart option and why we are getting this no such element exception? All the locators are properly provided, but still we are getting this no such element exception. The reason behind that is, you see, when you click on the drop down button, these options are not coming immediately. You see, they are coming with a delay. If I click on this drop down button, this Facebook, Flipkart, Gmail options are coming with a delay. They are not coming instant. They are taking some time to display on the page, right? So by the time the Flipkart option comes, the Selenium will try to click on the Flipkart. Okay, the way before the Flipkart option is available on the page, is displayed on the page, Selenium is trying to click on the Flipkart option. Since Selenium is not able to find this Flipkart option at the time, it's giving you this exception known as no such element exception. So what I have to do? How to handle this problem? How to solve this problem? The solution is we have to implement the waiting mechanism. So in Selenium, we have this waiting mechanism, but can we implement the waiting mechanism with Python itself? Yes, there is a way. In Python, we can delay the scripts. Okay, so that is, we have this time.sleep. You already know what is time.sleep, right? It will delay the script by 3 seconds. So what I will do here is, let's say in this example, the moment I click on the drop down button, let's assume that this Flipkart option may take up to 10 seconds. Okay, maximum 10 seconds to be displayed on the page. 0 seconds to 10 seconds it may take. We don't know how much time it takes. After you click on the drop down button, sometimes the Flipkart option may come in 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, like that. It may also come in after 10 seconds also. Within 10 seconds, it will come at any cost. Okay, assume that. So in that case, what I have to do here is, here I'll implement this Python way where by using this hard waiting mechanism, that is time.sleep. Okay, I'll give 10 seconds. the maximum time this flip cut option may take to be displayed on the page after clicking on this button that I'm going to give. Okay. So what will happen in this hard wait is, this way of Python way of hard waiting using the time.sleep, if I implement, what will happen? Let me explain that, okay, in a diagrammatical way so that you can understand in a better way. So here, guys, let's say this is a, let's assume that this is a 0 seconds point, and this end we have the maximum point, okay. So this flip cut option, after clicking on that button, drop down button here, the flip cut option may come in any of this time zone, that is starting from 0 seconds to maximum 10 seconds. Within that 10 seconds, it will come. Okay, up to max of 10 seconds, it will come. So by keeping that in note, what we thought is, okay, the flip cut option will take 10 seconds of time maximum. So let's wait for how much time? 10 seconds. But what if the flip cut option comes within 3 seconds? Let's say the flip cut option, after clicking on that button, the flip cut option is being displayed on the page within 3 seconds. So, but maximum time is 10 seconds. It may come also in 10 seconds, but sometimes it may come in 3 seconds. In this case, what will happen is, if it comes in 3 seconds, Selenium will not click on the flip cut option here. Selenium is not going to click on the flip cut option here. Rather, Selenium is going to wait till complete 10 seconds. Okay, 3 plus 7 total. 3 plus 7 total 10 seconds is going to wait. Here only it is going to click. Even after the flip cut option comes here, but still your script will wait for entire 10 seconds, and extra 7 seconds will be wasted in this. 7 seconds will be wasted in this example, guys. Okay, 7 seconds will be wasted in this example. Fine. So here is the thing. So what I will do in the Python way of waiting mechanism is that it is a hard wait where I'll just give, it's not a smart wait, it is a hard wait. Okay, if I give 10 seconds means, because I don't know, flip cut option sometimes may come in 0 seconds, sometimes 1 second, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 7 seconds, 9 seconds, 10 seconds max. Okay, I know that within 10 seconds it will come. Okay, by this time it will come. So I'm giving the maximum possible time because I don't want to take the risk. Okay, this time it may come in 3 seconds, next time it will come in 10 seconds. So if I give 3 seconds here, my script will fail again, because at that time it may have come in 10 seconds in that example. Okay, so to overcome that problem, I am hard waiting for 10 seconds. In this example, if the flip cut option comes in 3 seconds only, then extra 7 seconds will be wasted, right? It's not a smart wait, instead it is a hard wait. So run the script. This will solve the problem, but this is not a smart way of, implementing the waiting mechanism. Okay, with Python, waiting mechanism is possible, but it's not smart. Python is not smart. You see, click on the drop down button, the flip cut option will come. But since even after flip cut option came, it will wait for the next 7 seconds. Let's say flip cut option came in 3 seconds, 7 more seconds it will wait, and then only it will perform. Some time is getting wasted here. We are wasting our time because this Python way of waiting using time.sleep hard waiting is not a smart wait. Okay, it's not a smart way of waiting. But waiting mechanism is possible in Python, but in this way, which is not a smart wait. Now in Selenium, we can overcome this problem. Okay, in Selenium, we have a mechanism of overcome this problem where you don't have to waste any more time. Selenium provides you the waiting mechanism, which are kind of very smart compared to this Python hard wait. They are very smart. Okay, there are 2 varieties in Selenium. Basically, there are 2 varieties. Actually, 3 varieties are there. Another variety I'm going to cover in the next session. Okay, so why I'm going to cover in the next session, you'll understand in the next session only. But for now, the important weights I'm going to cover in this session. So these 2 varieties of waiting mechanisms that are there in Selenium, right? They are very good. Okay, so they are smart actually. Okay, they are smart actually. First, let's go with the implicit wait. Okay, let's go with the first variety of waiting mechanism, that is implicit wait. So what is this implicit wait? You'll understand now. So what I'm going to simply do here is I'll remove this time.sleep from here. It's not required anymore. Okay, I've removed that time.sleep. I'm not using Python's way of hard waiting mechanism time.sleep kind of thing. Rather, what I'm going to do is here after maximizing or before maximizing the browser window, you can add this line driver dot okay, implicitly wait. This is the command, and here you have to give the maximum time that this flip cut option may take. Okay, I'm giving 10 seconds here. Driver dot implicitly wait of 10 seconds. But this implicitly wait is from Selenium, and it's kind of very smart wait. So maximum it is saying that I'll wait for 10 seconds. Maximum, I'll wait for 10 seconds before I give you an exception like no such element exception, right? Okay, I'll maximum wait for 10 seconds. But what if the flip cut option comes only in 3 seconds? I will not waste the remaining 7 seconds of time. That's what it is saying. In this example, right, if you have used this implicit waiting mechanism in Selenium Python, right, then if the maximum time that flip cut option may take is 10 seconds. But if the flip cut option comes in 3 seconds only, here Selenium will perform the operation. It will not waste you the remaining 7 seconds. It's not going to waste. Here itself, it's going to click on the flip cut option. It's kind of smart wait. If it comes, it will perform. If it doesn't come, it will wait for the maximum 10 seconds. Do you think it's kind of smart? Yes, right? Just by adding this line here, driver.implicitly wait of 10, that's it. Smart waiting mechanism is implemented now. Now on the script, you can understand that the flip cut is taking only 3 seconds instead of 10 seconds. The Selenium script will not waste the remaining 7 seconds. Okay, it will directly click on the option. You see, just the flip cut option comes, it will click. You see, once the flip cut option came, it clicked on it. You see, it's working fine. It's kind of smart waiting mechanism. Okay, and now there's one more thing. Okay, there's one more thing, that is explicit wait. Now you understood implicit wait, right? With the help of this implicitly wait command, we have implemented the one of the smart waiting mechanism in Selenium, that is, okay, implicit wait. Now second variety in Selenium for implementing the waiting mechanism, this is also smart, similar to implicit wait. It is also smart, but why explicit wait is required? Why this is required? When implicit wait is already smart, why we have to go for explicit wait? This question you should get, right? So let me explain. You see, let's say this application, and one functionality is there. In that functionality, you have written the automation script, but that script involves some, let's say, 10 elements. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 9 elements, let's say. Okay, 9 elements it involves. And these 9 elements will take some time, like flip cut option is taking, right? Once I click on the drop down button, the way the flip cut option is taking some time to get displayed on the page, right? Similarly, assume that these 9 elements also are going to take some time. Let's say this first element is taking only 1 second as a delay. Okay, once you click on the button, this element will take 1 second, let's assume. And this one is taking 5 seconds. This one is taking some 10 seconds. This one is taking 15 seconds. And this one is taking 50 seconds. Okay, this one 25 seconds. This one 75 seconds. Assume that this element is taking 75 seconds. This one 2 seconds and this one 3 seconds. Like this, some example is there. Assume that this is not possible in real time, but assume that to understand explicit waiting mechanism, you have to understand this concept. You see, not all elements are taking the same time, right? Okay, and if you take the maximum type of time out of all these elements, what is the maximum time? This 75 seconds. So if you have to make sure that, the Selenium is going to wait for maximum of 75 seconds, so that one of the element is taking 75 seconds, just for this one element, you have to wait. You have to make sure that this implicit wait, you have to set it to what? 75 seconds, right? You see, there is this automation script which involves 9 elements which are coming with a delay, but not all elements are coming with the same delay. Some elements are taking more time to be displayed on the page, like one element is taking 75 seconds, other element is taking 50 seconds, but few other elements are taking only 1 second, 5 seconds, 10 seconds max. Okay, so if I put 10 seconds, in this case, if I put 10 seconds as an implicit wait for all the elements in the script, what will happen is that 10 second will apply for this element because it's coming only in 1 second. So Selenium is smart. It will wait only 1 second and it will not waste the remaining 9 seconds. Okay, that's good. But maximum time is only 10 seconds. This is achieved. Okay, waiting mechanism is achieved for this element. What about 5 seconds? Yeah, it also falls in 5 seconds, 10 seconds. So this is also fine. Even this is also fine because I'm giving implicitly wait as 10 seconds. So this is also fine. Okay, Selenium will wait for this element also because even though it's taking 10 seconds, but this one not fine, right? Selenium will only wait for, with the help of this implicitly wait mechanism, Selenium only wait for 10 seconds, but this element is coming after 5 seconds. So this will not work. If I give 10 seconds there, this also will not work. 50 seconds, only 10 seconds up to, it can wait. Here also not work. Here also no work. Here is okay, here okay. Within 10, up to 10 seconds, okay. But more than 10 seconds, Selenium is not going to wait. Okay, that's the problem. Now, to solve this problem, what I have to do generally is I have to take the element which is taking more time out of all the elements. I have to find out the element which is taking the maximum time as a delay. I have to pick this element and then change it to 75. Then what is the problem? This is smart, right? Okay, this is a smart thing. So what's the problem? The problem is there's no problem here. The problem is simply just for this element you are making the waiting mechanism to wait for 75 seconds. But if this particular element which may come in 1 second has a problem in the locator or whatever it is, the script will fail after 75 seconds. That means 74 seconds will be wasted for you. Okay, here I gave 75, that's okay, but here I just, you see this, the reason for giving this implicit wait here is for this flip card option, but here I gave the, wrong locator here. For another element, I've given the wrong locator. This implicit wait will apply for all the elements on the script. It is a global wait, okay? Implicit wait is a global wait, which will be applied for all the elements in the script. This element, it will be applied, okay? If any locator is, this element will immediately come, it comes in 0 seconds, but here implicit wait is mentioned as how many seconds? 75 seconds. Because of a problem, okay, earlier guys, if I'm not waiting for this element, what would have happened is, okay, I would have immediately got the exception saying that no such element exception without wasting my 75 seconds of time, because this element will come in 0 seconds and I don't have to wait for 75 seconds to get the error displayed in the output, right? Just see that happening, okay? Run this. Since it is a global wait, since implicit wait is a global wait, and there's a problem here with implicit wait where the maximum element time it has to take, and because of that, if a particular another element fails, okay, other than that 75 seconds delay element, any other elements which comes very fast fails, what will happen? You see, drop down button, I gave a wrong locator intentionally. Now it's not failing the script for me, it's waiting for 75 seconds. You see, script is still running. Total 75 seconds it will wait. You see how much of time it is wasting for me. It would have told me that the locator is wrong, just look into that. Immediately it can tell me, right? But because of implementing that implicit wait at 75 seconds, it's not giving me the result immediately. It's wasting my 75 seconds of time. That's the problem. Even though it is smart, still it is dumb, right? Still it is dumb because it's waiting for 75 seconds for me to tell me that this particular element has a problem in the locator. Okay, that should not happen. At this element would have come in only in 0 seconds, but there is a problem in the locator. It's waiting me for 75 seconds, wasting by 75 seconds. Understand the problem here. That's very important. So you see how much time it is wasting. We have to keep on, okay, waiting for this. And let's wait for 75 seconds here. There's no other way, because you see, finally it has closed the browser and we got the exception here. After 75 seconds, we got this exception. Just for a small problem in this locator, it has, okay, asked us to wait for 75 seconds. That's the problem. It wasted 75 seconds for us. How to overcome this problem? In this case, since implicit wait once created here at the beginning of the script is applied for all the elements on the script, okay? Even though your intention for creating this implicit wait is for flipkart option, but this implicit wait is a global wait. It's getting applied for both the elements. That's the problem. Small, you see, this element doesn't need any waiting time, but still implicit wait will be implemented for that because it is a global wait. Once written, no matter whether a particular elements in the script wants or not, it will be applied. It's a global wait applied for all elements automatically in the script. So that's the reason I don't want to go with the implicit wait. Okay, remove that implicit wait. Then in this case, if I run the script again, the problem will come. This exception will be detected very fast. You see, if I run the script with the wrong locator now, it will not wait me for 75 seconds. You see, immediately the script will fail. Once the page loads, it will fail. You see, immediately I don't have to wait for 75 seconds to get this exception. The problem is solved, but here, okay, the problem is solved. If I remove this, the problem will be solved because I identified the problem. Okay, at this particular line, that is 13th line, that is this line, there is a problem with the locator. That's why you are getting that exception. I corrected the locator now, it worked fine. But the problem persists because again I have to wait for flipkart option, right? Okay, this problem is gone. I have removed the implicit wait here. Now flipkart has a problem. Run the script, it will fail at the flipkart. Again, the waiting mechanism problem will come. The global wait is removed because it's getting applied for all the elements in the script. So that's the problem. So what I will do here is, you see, it's getting an exception at line 15. That is nothing but flipkart option. Okay. So then what I have to do is, there is a solution for this. That is, instead of implementing the global wait, I can only wait for only this element. In Selenium, instead of waiting for all the elements as a global wait, we can have a mechanism where you can only wait for this particular element only, not all the elements in the script, but only for flipkart option I want to wait using Selenium. How that is possible? With the help of explicit wait. In this example also, okay, in this example also, I'll create for all the elements not more than 10 seconds waiting time, right? For all the other elements, I will specially wait. Okay, you see only 3 elements, 4 elements are there. 15 seconds, 50 seconds, 25 seconds, and 75 seconds. These 4 elements I will explicitly wait. I don't want to implement a global waiting mechanism like implicit wait. Rather, I want to separately wait for this element, this element, this element, and this element. And for remaining elements, I will implicitly wait for maximum 10 seconds. Okay. For explicit wait, I will wait for extra time. So that specially I will wait for this element only. Okay. For now, I removed the implicit wait. Just observe that. Here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to implement this explicit wait mechanism. How means I have to create an object for WebDriver wait class. In Selenium Python, we have a class known as predefined class known as WebDriver wait, for which I need to create an object. After creating that, I have to pass this driver as the first argument, and then the second one is what is the maximum time? Let's say 30 seconds I'll give. Okay, let's say flip card option may come in 30 seconds maximum. But only this element will take 30 seconds in the script. Let's assume that, okay? So that maximum 30 seconds I'm giving. I don't have to provide this 30 seconds in the implicit wait. If I'm providing that, for this element also 30 seconds will be applied. That's a problem, right? That's the reason I removed that implicit wait now. I'm providing only the explicit wait, only wait, I'm going to wait for flip card option, not any other option. So here I'll write wait is equal to, okay, object reference wait I'm going to assign. Now here I'm going to write wait dot until. Okay, I have to specify this element, right? For this element, you have to wait, explicitly wait, specially wait. That I have to mention. That's why I'm saying wait dot until. Here I have to write something like expected conditions. Okay, write down expected conditions. In reality, generally this will not come like this, guys. Okay, so what will happen? You see, when you type expected conditions, you will get this error. Hover the mouse on this and import this expected condition from Selenium Python. Okay, from Selenium, just import this expected conditions. After that, say dot visibility of element located. I am waiting for this particular flip cut option to be visible on the page. Okay, because I want to click on the flip cut option, so I'm waiting for the visibility of this particular. Okay, visibility of element located. This is a command I have to use. You see, this expected condition has a lot of things. Not only visibility, there are a lot of things. You see, visibility is only one thing. Then presence of element located. I'll cover all these things later. Okay, in the upcoming sessions, I'll cover waiting for an element to be visible, waiting for a presence of the element, waiting for the element to be clickable, waiting for an element to, this many things are there. Okay, waiting for an element to be displayed, like that many varieties are there under expected conditions. But for now, let me collapse. But for now, I'm going to show you one way, only one expected condition, that is visibility of element. In this case, I want, after I click on the drop down button, I have to wait for the visibility of this flip card option to be displayed on the page. Okay, the flip card option should get displayed. Till that time, I have to wait. Okay, that's the reason I'm using the expected condition as, I'm taking the expected condition as dot visibility of. Here, multiple things will be there in visibility. Okay, visibility of only visibility of is there. Visibility of all elements is there. Don't take any other thing. Take only visibility of element located. Located should be there at the end. Like this, you take it. For which element I have to wait for the visibility? This flip cut option, right? Copy this part, including the circular brackets you have to copy, guys, okay? Some people will copy like this by dot link text and they'll provide like this. This will not work, okay? This is not going to work. With the circular brackets, I have to copy this part. You see, with including the circular brackets, remember this. If you copy only this part, you'll get issues here. You'll not be able to figure out. Along with circular brackets, copy and put that inside the circular brackets like this, okay? This is a, if you're not providing the circular brackets, right, you're going to get some problems. Okay, fine. Then what I'm going to do is, you see, this visibility of this until command is going to return you a web element now. Okay, it's going to return you the web element. Which web element? This Flipkart web element is going to return. So I'm going to give the name for that Flipkart underscore option. I'll say, okay, this is a web element. Now, do I have to write this statement? Already I provided this by dot link text here, and it's returning me the element already. Okay, it's waiting. For waiting purpose, I have given the element, but it's returning an element. Okay. Now simply say Flipkart option dot. You don't have to write this line. Instead, write Flipkart option dot click. That's enough. Okay. So here we are explicitly waiting for one option, that is Flipkart option. Before clicking on this Flipkart option, we are waiting for the visibility of this Flipkart option on the page so that we can click. Now run the script. Observe that it will only wait for that flip cut option only. Okay, we'll only wait for the flip cut option in this case. It's not a global wait. Explicit wait is not a global wait. You see, once flip cut option came, it's also a smart wait. Do not waste your time. Though I mentioned 30 seconds there. If the flip cut option is coming only in 3 seconds, just click on it. Now understand some differences between this implicit wait and explicit wait. Again, just to revise you, implicit wait and explicit wait. Implicit wait is a global wait. Once created, it will be applied for all the elements in the script. It's a global wait. Okay. So explicit wait is as explicit means special wait. Okay. Only for that element you want to wait, you can provide that. Explicit wait will wait only for that element you want to wait, it will wait. That is explicit wait. Okay. Fine. So that's the thing. That's the thing about the implicit wait and explicit wait, and these are the general things about the mating mechanism. That's good. But does that mean that implicit wait is bad? You see, by understanding all this stuff, we are not going to use hard wait, right? Because it's not smart. It will waste your time. And coming to the implicit wait also, it's going to waste your time. But if your requirement is to wait for a set of elements, but it's because of some problems with other elements with locators or whatever it is, still waiting for other elements also for which waiting mechanism is not required. That was a problem because implicit wait is a global wait. It will be applied for all the elements in the script. Then we figured out that, okay, let's not implicitly wait for all the elements on the script. Rather, we'll wait for only elements which we want to wait for. Okay, like flip-cut option and all those stuff. And also this explicit wait is also a smart wait. But here, does that mean that implicit wait is bad? No, it's not like that. Generally, in real time, what we do is we'll give a maximum time for the implicit wait. Okay, we don't want to wait for this much time, kind of thing. Okay, implicit wait, people generally give not more than 10 seconds. Okay, so generally in scripts, right, people provide implicit wait for not more than 10 seconds because it's a global wait, right? People don't want to waste their time like more than 10 seconds. They don't want to wait. Earlier, when drop down button ABC was there, it was wasting over 75 seconds of time because one of the option is taking 75 seconds. So we should not be waiting for 70 seconds, right? So that's where implicit wait will give a maximum of 10 seconds. In very rare case, right, in some projects, in complex projects where elements, a lot of elements have this waiting thing problem. In their case, we may give up max up to 15 seconds, but not more than 10 seconds in most of the projects. So it is a global wait for 10 seconds. And if any element is there on the script which will take more than 10 seconds, we have to explicitly wait. There is no other way. I'm not going to increase this implicit wait more than 10. And if there is any particular element which will take more than 10 seconds, I have to do explicit wait. That's what. So in this example, I have removed the diagram. Like few elements were, they were less than, up to 10 seconds were there. For that implicit wait will work. But there are other elements, which take more than 10 seconds, like 75, 50 seconds, right? There I have to explicitly wait. I can use a combination of implicit wait for the elements, most of the elements which will have waiting period for up to 10 seconds, and the remaining elements which take more than 10 seconds, I'll implement explicit wait. Hope you understood it. So implicit wait, explicit wait, both are used in real time during Selenium Python automation. Okay. So implicit wait, better to mention not more than 10 seconds. In very rare cases, if your project demands, go up to 15 seconds max because it is a global wait. Okay. But coming to the explicit wait, you have to mention only for the elements which take more than general time, like 10 or 15 seconds. Okay. Depending on the project. Hope guys understood what exactly is a waiting mechanism and how to implement waiting mechanism in Selenium Python, and the smart waiting mechanisms like implicit wait and explicit wait I've covered in this session. So the waiting mechanism concept is not over it. This is a basic one that we should know compulsory kind of stuff. And there are other extra stuff or additional stuff that we have to learn as part of waiting mechanism to get more grip on this waiting mechanism that I'm going to cover in the upcoming sessions. That is from here to here. Okay, fluent wait. There's one more waiting type. Apart from implicit wait and explicit wait, there is one more wait known as fluent wait, which I'm going to cover in the next session. And why I'm not making this fluent wait part of this compulsory topic that I'll cover, I'll explain in the next session. Okay, why I separated this fluent wait as separate topic, I'll cover that in the next session. After that, there's one more topic like wait for an element to be visible, which is already covered here. You see, visibility of element located. But I explain more about this expected condition command. Okay, I'll explain more about this. Whatever I explained here is not enough. I have to cover more about this command that I'm going to cover in this session. After that, there are other ways. Apart from this visibility of element located, we can wait for a presence of element. We can wait for the element to be clickable. We can wait for an element to be invisible. We can wait for an alert to be displayed. Different commands are there for different purposes that I'm going to cover under expected conditions. Okay. After that, I'll explain how to handle the Ajax calls, what are Ajax. This is also part of the waiting mechanism only. Solving synchronization problems also part of waiting mechanism that I'm going to cover in the upcoming sessions. And finally, handling loading process icon also I'm going to cover in the upcoming sessions as part of waiting mechanism. Okay. So these are additional topics that I want to cover separately. Okay. Rather than taking them part of this and making it very big, right? I separated it so that you'll understand them in a better way. Okay. In a separate manner. So that's all for this session. See you in the next session where I'm going to continue waiting mechanism, additional topics. So bye everyone.